December 4th, 2018. Welcome to the Public Safety Beer and Regulated Beverages Committee. I detect a quorum, so we are going to go ahead and get started. First resolution, RS 2018-1498, Council Lady Bircher and myself, who accepts a grant from the Tennessee Administration Office of the Courts to the Davidson County General Sessions Music City Community Court, Division 8, to implement a community court to combine the power of the community and the justice system to address local public safety concerns.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Well, I'd like to
Yes,
say,
sir.
Judge, from hearing your presentation last night in Budget and Finance, it was, I think it was very thorough and it sounds like a wonderful program. Say it's only 2 in the United States? Or,
Currently, right now, and for everybody, I did submit a packet to you a couple weeks ago, so hopefully you were able to read it. If not, I know I have a lot to read on my own, but there's a packet there to give you a lot of explanation. But thank you for asking me that question. To my understanding, there are 2 other courts that were created since 2014, but basically coming from the funds from the Department of Justice. And so South Dallas has a program for ages 18 to 25, and Chicago has a program for ages 18 to 26. So we will be the 3rd court in the nation. Another one is in Sweden, so we'll be the 4th in the world that's created for a diversionary program for ages 18 to 26. In Nashville was one of 5 that was selected for the grant with the Department of Justice for this cohort. So we're really excited about that. So it's a 2-year grant, and then hopefully Metro will come on board and solidify that program director position after the grant period. So I'm going to keep applying for the grant as long as we can get it. I think there's a couple of years for implementation, and then there's some enhancement grants and everything else. So I will try to keep Metro away from not getting reimbursed for the funds for as long as possible. But the country is moving in a way to have juvenile court, then the hybrid court, ages 18 to 26, and then the adult court. So the country is moving to sparse out justice in that niched area. So my ultimate goal on down the road, I don't know how long it'll take us to do it, but I think it would be nice if we had a dedicated court for that age group, and then allow the adult courts to keep doing what they're doing. Because more than half of our individuals that are arrested in the city of Nashville that are on probation are in that age group, ages 18 to 26. And so I'm happy about it. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun trying to see what we can do for the type of justice reform that's happening here. So we're still tough on crime and punishment for violent offenders, but those that just do little petty things and they need to make better decisions. College students need to make better decisions. I think it's good to have a court that's geared towards those individuals and working with the victims, understanding and being apologetic if they're willing to be for the individual, if, little small crimes, not anything major. So nonviolent misdemeanors and felonies would be the crimes that are coming through the court. So it's criminal trespass, theft of property, unlawful use of drug paraphernalia, and possession of counterfeit controlled substance will be those crimes that will be diverted to the court if they don't have a huge criminal background.
What was the last one?
Unlawful use of drug paraphernalia, possession or counterfeit controlled substance, criminal trespass, and theft of property will be the crimes that will come to this diversionary court. And we're focusing the first pilot project in zip code 3728, because I think you all read the Brookings Institute study that we're #1 in the country, the United States of America, for arrest rates in that area, and 400 to 500 individuals are being arrested in that age group in Nashville, Tennessee, in zip code 3728, and most of those crimes are failure to appear because they're scared of the court system. Theft of property, but under like $100, little minor things. There's no telling what they're doing, but we're just trying to combat that study and get those numbers down. And the Department of Justice is bringing in their team and force of people, which has been great, but it's been a lot on me. So I'm hoping to get a program director, because there's 2-hour calls 3 times a week. It's a voluminous amount of work, but if I had a program director, which is what I'm asking you to approve, and I think y'all have, so thank you. They will be able to help me in doing that, and then when I get off of work at 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe I can spend some time with my family.
Oh, that'd be nice.
It has been a lot of work, but
You get off work at 4 or 5 o'clock?
myself, usually about 6 or 7. It's a lot of work to do,
Lucky,
to
yeah.
prepare packets like that for y'all, and respond to the Department of Justice, and write the grants, and comply with the tracking reports. So yes, it's been a lot of work, heavy lifting, but I don't mind doing it.
Yes, sir.
This doesn't involve gun crimes in any
Oh
way?
no, nonviolent. No, it's only nonviolent, and the grant was written that way. Only nonviolent.
You know what's ironic? 37208 in the whole United States is one of the best investor purchases in the whole.
Yes, because North Nashville is where the
But I
most
mean,
of
to
the
have
money-
those two,
I know it's interesting.
Dakota, yeah.
Well, when the neighborhood looks better and the infrastructures are more pleasing to the eye, then you have different types of people that are coming in, different types of resources that are put, different mindsets and structures. And so if you live in a clean environment, then you want it to be clean. If you live in a dirty environment, that's where the old Dot City, which is Cumberland View, is. It's been, I've lived there my whole life. I live on the other side of Bordeaux, but I still have to go through those parts that I'm upset every day. Why does it look like this, and why can't we get the grass cut, and why is there trash everywhere, and why is the traffic light down, why is the pole down for 6 months? I mean, it's been like that my whole life. I'm 40, I'll be 41 in a couple of weeks, and unfortunately the city of Nashville doesn't. I don't know if it's, I can't say it's the city. I think it's also the constituents and the people. But if you don't have resources to put into neighborhoods, then most of the people in that area are just trying to pay their bills, let alone putting more money into beautification and infrastructure. So we've done a lot with the Music City Community Court to try to work on that area, small things, but making sure that the trash is picked up. We had a partnership with TDOT, and we also keep the Welcome to Bordeaux sign up and running. We have internship programs for the kids. So we've done as much as we can in the last 6 years without asking Metro for any resources, just volunteers and, taking our time to get it together. But I'm glad that this grant is coming on board to help us continue those efforts. And when the money comes, then I'm excited. I'll be happy when we have Fendi and Gucci and extra bridges and all the new developments that are coming. I think it's looking great, to be honest. So if we can combat both of those together, then I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Is there any more discussion? Motion?
Sorry, moved.
All right, moved. All right, all four?
Yes.
Anybody against?
Thank you very, very much, and I will do my very best to represent the city of Nashville in the best manner that I can as we continue to work towards this effort for the next couple of years of the Department of Business. And I'll keep y'all posted on the different developments. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you.
The next resolution before us, RS 2018-1499, Councilor Vercher and myself accepts a grant from the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency to the Office of Emergency Management to subsidize the emergency management program.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All four?
Yep.
Anybody against? Those five, same five. All right, bills on second reading, BL 2018-1405. Councilman Sledge amends various sections of Chapter 7.08 of the Metro Code of Laws regarding definitions pertaining to beer and alcoholic beverages, beer permit requirements and types, purchase limitations, and location restrictions for obtaining beer permits.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
What type of, defining, what type of requirements?
So there's three. So basically, the industry came to me for whatever reason because I guess I drink beer. But they asked about. There's a couple.
Say it ain't so.
Right. No. So there's a couple of items that some brewers and some wholesalers are running into. One of which is the ability. We've done public hearings before about the 100-foot limit for a on-premise consumption. The manufacturers and the wholesalers are asking to have the ability to come and ask for that same exemption. Right now, they don't even have the ability to come. It's not a blanket allowance. What's happening is, as I think we know, a lot of the breweries are also putting a tap house in at the brewery. Well, what occurs is if they are within that 100-foot radius, they're not able to. They don't even have the chance to come petition us to do a tap house. They can't come do it. They can come for off-site, like where you could take something and go, but you cannot do for on-site. So that would allow them to come and ask for that waiver, public hearing, same regulations. The other part of it is it creates, and this is in conjunction with the beer board, it creates a beer, I think, manufacturer's permit. But right now that permit doesn't exist. It's been going under a wholesaler's permit. It would split those two off and create that new permit use so that it's clear when somebody goes to apply for a permit exactly what they're doing. And the Brewers Guild has said that they are fine with this. It's not this, I asked to make sure it wasn't this onerous thing that they were gonna have to jump through more hoops. But this is just basically to split those two uses off.
All right. Thank you so much. All four?
Sure. This on second reading?
Yeah,
Yes.
second reading.
Are
Any
you-
opposed? Okay. Motion approved.
I would've thought you might have been against it, Mike.
I kind of was.
So the industry is all for it.
That is it, and I appreciate,
Really creates another, does it create another permit? You said?
Yes.
Or is it restricting?
No, it creates a new permit,
Okay.
a whole new permit.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
all right, well, with no more business before us, I call this meeting to a close. Thank you.
Thank you.
We do.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the